We've got flags and banners, and if you mind your manners, we might even get to standards and what they represent. So just take my voice's hand and we'll both try to understand how this vexed logic podcast could be flagged for content. Flagged for content.
Håfa Adai, VexHeads, and welcome to episode 76 of Flagged for Content. It's the only podcast that octupled its listenership on Guam this week. That's right, I assume 8 people will listen to this. It is also a Flags for Good podcast, and when you're on flagsforgood.com and you're picking out all your cool flags and you're going to checkout, all that good stuff, put in the discount code flagged for content, flagged for like the number content, and net yourself a cool 10% off. Help the show out as well. It's a win-win for all of us. I will not go into too much of an intro this week because we have a supersized episode with Kylon Eckert. This one was so much fun. I don't have a whole lot more to say. So let's just go ahead and get into it, and I'll let the episode speak for itself. Here we go. Folks, we've got a VexHead from halfway around the world with us this week. You know him from Discord as Only Kylon on Island. You know him as the only Nava member on Guam, and you'll soon know him on Instagram as the Guam flag guy. It's Kylon Eckert!
Håfa Adai, Andy.
Håfa Adai! How's it going over there in Guam, Kylon?
It's going good. It's a little gloomy right now. It is a tropical island, so right now we're in the rainy kind of season.
Right. Yeah, I always forget. And I think off air you said it was like even a little bit chilly.
Yeah, 80 degrees. It's cold.
Oh yeah, a chilly 80. Yeah. Honestly, in Tennessee, I would take 80 right now. That sounds good. And just so our viewers and listeners know how dedicated to the craft you are, it is 8:30 p.m. my time, but it is what time yours?
10:30 a.m. Okay. So not too bad. East Coast is great. East Coast matching up with you guys isn't too bad, but when we have to match up with California or Hawaii, it's absolutely terrible. And watching NFL games is
oh god, yeah,
that one's rough. Before daylight savings time, because we don't observe it. It's 3 a.m. to watch those like noon games.
Okay.
Yeah, 3 a.m. and 4 a.m. after daylight savings time. So
it's like me trying to watch like Premier League soccer.
Yeah.
It's way too early to have a beer now, right?
Yeah. It's way too early to do anything that could lead to any consequences because I've got work to get to in so I've started to watch it on on an app where you can fast forward through the commercials if you just jump in like halfway through. So I jump in about halfway through the game and fast forward through the commercials. By the time I reach the fourth quarter, it's live.
Right.
So I give myself about one and a half hours of extra sleep by doing that.
Yeah. Hey, worth it.
Yeah.
You get to see everything and get your beauty rest as well.
I stop on the good commercials though. So.
Oh yeah. I honestly I find sometimes watching like streaming stuff now, I miss commercials. Like I miss the good ones.
Yeah.
Like the ones that stick with you. There's some that I still quote. I don't know if you guys had it on Guam, but like 1-800-COLLECT back in like
the
90s or something.
Right down the middle. Right.
Well, that and then there was a guy who calls somebody or no. I forget, a guy who calls somebody else that like they've just had a baby. Do you know this one?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, it's Bob. We had a baby. It's a boy. The guy's like, the wife is like, who was it? And it was Bob. They had a baby. It's a boy.
Yeah, that's great. I love. Those were good commercials. I remember a lot of Pepsi was going at it, going hard into the paint in the 90s. They were trying so hard. So kind of interesting
voice
point.
Of a generation
Guam,
type.
Yeah. Guam Pepsi is king, not Coke.
Really?
There's a lot of weird things on Guam where it's like cultural mimicry of the US because we are a US territory. So big truck culture, yes, but it's Toyota Tacomas.
Okay, sure.
Like there's F-150s and stuff, but like the commercials here will say things like Guam is Tacoma territory. And that's like everyone has Tacomas.
Wow.
Here. Same thing. Instead of Coke, it's Pepsi. We have a very religious Southern population, but they're Catholic, right?
Okay.
It's
not Southern
it's a
Baptist,
lot of that. Not Southern Baptist, but they vote the same. They vote the same. Totally.
Oh, sure.
Totally
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that is wild, man. Yeah. All right. For listeners and viewers, we are going to talk more about Guam for sure. But I do need to get to what's on the flagpole today, which I'm not going to lie to you, I forgot to type up. So I'm just going to go through it here. I've got the outline here, baby. Let's do this. All right. So what's on the flagpole today? We're going to go over our usual over and underrated. That part I got locked down. We are going to learn a lot about Guam, not just the island, but obviously the flag, and find out like a couple weird things that may or may not be correct about it. And we're going to learn a lot about village flags of Guam. Probably other things that I can't remember right now. But, Kylon, before we get into any of that, I like to ask my guests, what is your favorite flag?
My favorite flag is the one right behind you. That is Jamaica. Absolutely love that flag.
All right, walk us through it. How come?
I just talked about it with my class because it's the beginning of the school year, so I really like to set the tone. And one of the tones is gratefulness, and the flag of Jamaica gets that. They have an old meaning for their flag, which was the black symbolized the troubles, the green symbolized the grass, and the yellow symbolized the sun. And the old saying was, troubles are there, but the grass is green and the sun shineth. Right? It's like, hey,
whoa,
it's tough, but it's tough, but hey, look at where you live. And I point that out. I have one kid, so like where this flag is, this is the CNMI flag, where this flag is, usually it's the Jamaican flag. And then I have one kid lift it up. I'm like, look outside the window, kids. You live on a tropical island. People would kill to be here. And then, of course, yesterday it was all rain. So I'm like, okay. I mean, besides today, but it's a great way to kind of teach gratefulness. I give them the history of Jamaica, how they got their flag, how it's unique in the colors and things like that. And they're, it's a good way for them to kind of see. One of my favorite things to describe for good flags is it says long story short, right? You have the entire history of or major history about Jamaica in its flag. If you know how to, in a way, translate it. Same thing with like CNMI flag here. There's some interesting stuff. If a flag is doing long story short, it's doing a good job.
Wow, that is such a good way to put it. If you put it that way on the show, the other show that you were on recently, I didn't get to that part.
I did it on the radio interview, not the other show. But that's one of my things. Am I doing that when I make flags? I ask myself in a way, is this a long story short where people will want to ask more about it? And Jamaica does everything right in that way.
Yeah, I mean, damn, yeah, no notes. I mean, that's the. I think we've all been I've been looking for a good way to put that, to word that, and like, does it do the long story short? Is I think the most succinct, unironically, the most short way to put it. Like that's perfect. It tells the story in 3 colors and a simple design. It doesn't have to do everything at once. Yeah,
and it's I feel like the long story short kind of takes all of those the 5 good flag, bad flag principles, and it just boom, it puts it all together in like a simple phrase, which is that's kind of how I start with it, and then I expand it through the 5 principles. Yeah.
Right. Okay, maybe I did hear you say that then, but didn't lock onto that phrase, because I remember that part where you were talking to him about that. Hey, whatever.
Yeah. And anyway, I remember I heard that from someone, and I feel terrible that I don't remember it, but it could have been in the Discord. It could have been somewhere, but whoever mentioned that to me, I was like, I clung to that afterwards. I'm like, I'm gonna make sure I make that one of my like guiding principles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And let's just assume, for the sake of argument, that they probably heard that from somewhere else too. Yeah. So
maybe,
and by virtue of you saying it both on that show and on here, more people are hearing that and like internalizing that, I think, as well.
Yes.
Because it is, it's stuff that we already knew, but put into a punchy little slogan. I like that. All right. Yeah. Anything more on the Jamaican flag?
That's about it. I could go longer, but I really want to. I really want to get to the Guam and the village flags.
Yeah,
those
I get
are always fun.
We could talk about this all day if we had the time, but we don't quite. So let's go ahead and move to either under or overrated. I will let you pick.
I'll just get the overrated out of the way. This one was actually a little more difficult for me, but I kind of looked at it as, okay, which one do I get like a little upset at every time when people are like, they wave the flag, which they should. And I feel like it's just missing one thing, and that's the flag of Arizona. It's the orange. It's the orange star. It just needs a little outline. Do one thing, and it's amazing.
Thank you. This is what I keep saying to anyone who will listen, and some that won't.
Yeah.
Because it's consistently ranked. Like, I mean, the reason you have it overrated is because it's consistently rated so high, but it's like, and I'm sure I'll let you talk in a minute, but like the thing I hate about it, or the thing that like rubs me the wrong way about it, I should say, is I know it's supposed to be copper or whatever the color, but it's orange. For all intents and purposes, it's orange. So you're putting and what is orange? Red and yellow. So you're putting a red, yellow star on a half red and yellow field, and it just gets lost. Like, it gets lost somehow, both in the yellow and the red in different ways. Like it's so close. It's so close to being there.
Yeah.
And I've seen do you have like a favorite like redesign of it? Like
I don't.
Or like,
I don't.
Or like just notes.
I mean, all I want to see is an outline on it of some color. You could put the blue, because I remember the first time where I kind of noticed that I was like, I didn't even notice that it was orange. I thought it was like yellow, or I thought it was red. It was lost. And that was the issue. And I didn't know why is this color? And if you can really show that in the middle, then that is going to really emphasize the whole copper part of it.
Yes.
Right? You're going to really see the copper part. And I want that. I want what's best for everyone. I want what's best for Arizona.
Yeah, amen.
You can do better. It's like the Buffalo Bills of flags. It's up there. You could do so much better, but somehow you just don't. You don't. And it's frustrating. That's all it is.
Yeah. They got to give, oh man, Josh Allen's my quarterback in like 2 of my leagues. They got to give him people to target.
This is the year. This is the year.
God, I hope so. I am a 49ers fan, but like secondarily a Bills fan, because like I have him in a keeper league, and I've kept him for his entire career at this point for way cheap. Man. Yeah, it's been awesome. I've won 2 championships
that's great.
off the back of it, but let's go for a third.
Let's go for it. Fun fact is on Guam, there's a lot of Niners fans, because when we first got cable, we got California cable.
That makes sense.
So
and
everyone
they were probably
was
like
Niners.
a good California team at that point.
It was the 90s. It was the 90s. So I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Raiders probably sucked. The Rams were only there half the time.
Yeah.
Or no, not even.
Yeah, the Rams were in St. Louis maybe by then.
Yeah, I think they were in St. Louis from
the
90s.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about the Chargers, but now I'm way off now. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
All right, yes. Absolutely, totally agree with you on Arizona. I think it's been brought up before, but not often enough. The most often one I think is Maryland. For overrated and for favorite probably, but anyway. All right, well we'll not talk about Maryland. I talked about it too much last time. So go into your underrated, which I'll let you talk about. It's underrated for a reason.
Yeah, it's very underrated for a reason. It is one of my favorite flags. It's a neighbor of Guam. It is the flag of Yap. So YAP. The Yap is one of the states of the Federated States of Micronesia. So when you say Micronesia, technically it includes Guam, but a lot of times people are referring to, I think it's Yap, Ponape, Kosrae, and Chuk. And those are four small islands. Yes, correct.
One for each star in the flag, yeah.
And it's a good simple flag for Micronesia, but each one of them have their own distinct flag. And Yap hits. It is a great flag. So in the center you have essentially a canoe that was local to the Yapese people, and really everyone in Micronesia used some variant of it. And you don't realize it's a canoe until you realize it's facing you. It's going towards you. So and then you're
right. You're right. I did not realize that.
You see the sail.
As soon as you said it, I was like, "Oh God, it's going right at me."
Yeah, it's going right at you. It's going right at you. In the center, there's a star, and that is to show that they are part of the FSM. And then you'll see a circle. The circle that surrounds the whole thing is not just a normal circle. It's not a circle for circle's sake. It is what they call Rai stones, RAI, I believe. And the stone was used as money. They're giant stones. They're huge. And they would be put out in front of where people live to show this is my wealth. And so that shape is very specific to this region where people would put that out to show how wealthy they were. So it's a sign of
very
wealth.
Cool.
Yeah. And it was designed by someone from Yap. It was great.
Yeah. Myself and probably like half the listeners are definitely going to go look up Yap after this.
Yes, highly recommend. Buy one, support the state of Yap, because honestly, they have a killer flag.
I was gonna say, because I do like to support, when I can. If you know a good place to get one of these that does support, let me know.
It's usually the local office supply place here. National Office Supply. Shout out for National Office Supply.
Yeah, the old NOS. So this flag is incredible. Like, if you are listening, not watching, you owe it to yourself to go look this one up. It's exactly as described, but that's also a little bit of a confusing description. Like the boat coming straight at you and everything that I didn't see till now. I assumed it was like a rough approximation of the shape of the island or something. I mean, I hadn't looked it up. I'll be honest, but this flag is dope as hell. I want one. And it reminds me a little bit of like Japanese prefecture flags in a sense of like, it's a solid field with a round emblem in the middle. I guess that might be the extent of it, but
has a little feel of that.
Yeah, the 5-pointed star, I guess, kind of like distances it from the Japanese prefectures. But this flag is very cool. I will be buying one post haste.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Yap?
I've never been to Yap. I have been to Ponape, Chuk, and then Palau is not part of FSM, but it is part of Micronesia. So I've been to Palau. Yeah.
So I didn't know. Okay, so Micronesia is just like a regional term, whereas FSM, Federated States of Micronesia, is the actual like political entity. Okay, cool.
Yeah, kind of like America. It could be, America, or it's
Venezuela,
the United States of America.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I had when I studied abroad, I had a teacher. I studied abroad doing like learning French, and we had a teacher who refused to use like Américain to mean Americans.
Mm-hmm.
She said it was like the French equivalent of like United Stateser. It was like États-Unisien or something like that.
Interesting.
Like États-Unis is United States, so it was like something like États-Unisien or États-Unis, something like that. Anyway,
that is a very made up term, I guess, huh?
Yeah, it was a whole thing. At the same time, I didn't disagree. I was like, hey, look, I'm over here in France. I don't really want to be known as an American either.
Yeah.
Right now, but you know.
I wonder if you introduced yourself as that, what people would think you were.
Oof. Well, with my accent, they could probably tell.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, no, actually, I will say the highest compliment I ever got in France, like for anything writ large, was, "Oh, are you from Belgium? Because you speak French like a Belgian." And I was like, "I will take it. I will take that all day."
You would even take, like, you speak French like a German. Like, we'll take it.
Hey, that's European.
Anything European we'll take. I took French in high school for like 1 or 2 years. It was not great. Our teacher that taught us, she was from Canada. She was the only French-ish speaker, and so
you're the only Kylon on island. She was probably the only Canadian on island.
Canadian. Well, she had a sister at the same school, so but she taught us French, and then over the summer, one of my classmates went to France, and immediately they asked him, "Are you from Canada?" So we had been learning Canadian French the whole time. We're like, oh man, we learned the wrong French.
Yeah,
but it was so funny. Yeah.
Like, well. Yeah. Oh man, that is awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I also didn't realize. I'm just scrolling down through my notes and being ADHD like I tend to do. The flag of Yap was adopted on my birthday.
Really? Wow.
Wait, is that giving away too much personal information? I'm not going to tell anyone the street that I grew up on, my mother's maiden name, my first pet. You'll have to get those on the Patreon.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this is very cool. Yeah, I'm seeing the Rye or Phi stone money thing. That's wild. Like that. Just that, like, kind of as a status symbol type thing.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, we've got, like you said, so much to get into with the village flags, with Guam, et cetera, et cetera. So let's go ahead and take a break now. When we come back, we are going to get into Guam writ large. So we'll see you then. Okay, VexHeads, we are back from break, and we have so much to talk about with Kylon here. We're going to kind of start, as we like to do, at the beginning. Kylon, if you could kind of give us just like your credentials, like what do you do in Guam? What leads you to the flag world and all that?
I am a geography teacher, government teacher, and Guam history teacher at my school. And really, I think I got those jobs because everyone knew me as the flag guy in the school. I mean, I loved history and stuff like that. I love the stories of all of that. But really, most of my teaching career, I was in PE, and then I was managing the athletics department. But then now I switched over here when they needed a history teacher. Someone was like, I think this is an easy choice. We should have this guy.
Kind of seems like they nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So you've been so you teach 9th grade geography, history of Guam, and government and econ.
Government econ.
Or government, yeah. So all right. So give us a summed up version of the history of Guam. I don't know how many of our listeners know anything about Guam. I certainly didn't know much, if any, myself, other than like some vague, like I'm a World War II buff, so I know the Battle of Guam. But outside of that, not much. I know it's an open-ended question, like I like to ask, but yeah, what's up with Guam?
what's up with Guam?
Yeah.
So Guam usually gets kind of noted in World War II or Spanish-American War if we're lucky. Depends on the depends on the textbook. Almost never in world history, but if we're talking about just Guam history, I'll try to keep it short. Elevator pitch here. The Chamorro people, that's the native, the indigenous population. Chamorro people came to Guam at about 1500 BC, and I know humans don't do well with numbers, so it's like, tell me what was happening at that time.
Yeah,
and you're thinking the Greeks were talking about Odysseus at the time, the Odyssey and the Iliad. That's about the time. So I mean, we're talking about old time ago. In Guam, whenever we say something happened a long time ago, we like to say since ever since. Like
since ever since. Okay.
Yeah, since ever since. Like, how long have the Chamorro been on Guam? Since ever since. Like, there's no counting it almost.
Ooh, I like that.
But that's the farthest that we kind of have in our archaeological record is about 1500 BC. So then they were then when they finally had European contact, that was in the 1521 with Magellan, who I always like to point this out. Magellan did not make it all the way around.
I was going to say
his voyage did.
His crew did.
He did not.
Exactly.
He did not. That's what happens when you get involved in a tribal war in the Philippines.
Yeah, he was there long enough to get a strait named after him, and then got killed.
Yeah. It's like, oh man,
pardon my French. Yeah.
Oh no. Right. But so there's some Spanish influence now, because the Spanish were unsure at first if the Philippines was going to be part of Portugal, because they had that kind of deal. Half the world went to Portugal, half the world went to Spain.
Hence Brazil.
Hence Brazil. So they were unsure if Philippines was going to be called for Portugal, because it's like sort of on that side. So they tried to keep, I believe they tried to keep Guam secret from the Portuguese, so that if there was a war that happened, they could attack from Guam immediately. Ooh. They could just, and that's what the U.S. uses it as. Guam is called the tip of the spear for the U.S. because we, from here, our Air Force Base, you can attack anywhere in 4 hours. So this is like a key spot. And for the last, since the 1600s, essentially, Guam has been colonized and been used by whatever empire it was at the time. They would use Guam as like a staging base. So 1600s, 1669, Guam kind of establishes itself as a European settlement. There was a European settlement in our capital village, Hagåtña. So that means even at that point, Guam is older than the U.S. And that's something a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah, notably, earlier founding
since ever since, right?
Since ever since.
Since ever since. So, that's something when I explain that in our Guam history class, the kids don't realize it, because all the history that they hear about is usually the World War II stuff.
Sure,
that's kind of what something that is a good eye opener for them. Another thing that happened is the battle for Guam in the Spanish-American War. Spanish-American War breaks out, and I believe it is Admiral Glass, I believe, was told capture 2 places and 2 places only. Capture Guam, capture Philippines, and that's what he did. 1-2 right away. Was it Glass or Nimitz? Oh man, see, I'm failing as a
Nimitz is later.
Here. Yeah, okay, then it must be Glass.
It's later.
Yeah. Then so he he captures Guam and Philippines, leaves all the rest, leaves everything to the Spanish. The Spanish then sell everything to the Germans. So all of the other Mariana Islands, right, which are right next to Guam, all of Micronesia, everything around Guam and everything around the Philippines goes to Germany at about basically 1900. 15-ish years later, World War I breaks out, and the Japanese say, well, we want to get involved because Germany owns all the Pacific. We want the Pacific. So they declare war on Germany, knowing full well Germany is not going to be focusing on the Pacific.
They don't have the time or the manpower to deal with that right now.
So Japan takes everything around Guam and around the Philippines. World War II time now, 30-ish years later, when December 7th, 1941, a day which will live in infamy, happens, December 8th was really only a few hours later, Guam also gets invaded and bombed and invaded. Because we're across the international date line. It was essentially the same time that it happened. And they were right there. They were in Rota and Tinian and Saipan. They were right there the whole time.
Yeah, I always forget that happened like, so close to like Pearl Harbor was the well, in this case, tip of the spear. The thing that like did it, but then like almost
Yeah, it was almost simultaneous. The people on Guam did know about it, but it was only a few hours' notice, essentially.
And so that was 1941, and if I remember, the Battle of Guam wasn't until like 1944.
Yeah,
I think.
And I think Guam was really the only U.S. territory that was taken in the entire world, in like World War II.
That seems right. Yeah, I couldn't swear to it. That seems right. You would know better than me.
Because I'm thinking there's nothing in North America. I heard about the balloon that dropped on Alaska somewhere, right? Dropped a bomb on Alaska, like that kind of thing. Or maybe one of those Aleutian Island kind of spots.
Whatever the...
But like of significant territory, Guam was really the only one that was taken. And it was taken for 3 years. And in those 3 years, it was like a brutal occupation. But in 1944, they came back. The Marines especially came back and liberated Guam. That's why July 21st for Guam is bigger than July 4th. July 21st is Liberation Day. July 4th is like our warm-up, like a few fireworks. Okay, now we're ready.
That makes sense. That
definitely. And since then, it's always been American, and it's just been chugging along since then.
Yeah, dude. Like, all right. Can I say I hope this doesn't come across wrong, but I was honestly not sure what kind of like accent you would have, and it turns out pretty much like mine. I mean, I sometimes can veer into Southern if I'm code switching a little bit, but other than that, I think I like to think I have a pretty standard general American accent, which is kind of what I'm picking up from you. But
that might be because of my dad. My dad grew up in Wisconsin.
Okay.
But it
there's
could
still
also
enough
be
like environmental factors that like I mean, when I grew up, I had a heavy Southern accent, and just due to like wanting to be perceived differently, or whatever, I kind of like lost it and everything mostly. But when I'm
with my cousins, I will code switch a little. I will start to kind of do that a little bit more.
On.
And I remember when I went to
do that right now.
No. It's one of those, I can't do it on command. I fall into it a little bit, and I'm not gonna have a thick Guam accent in that way. I mean, there's also the fact that Guam has such a mixture of cultures. Guam has Chamorro, Filipino, like white American. We have Korean, Japanese, Chinese. We have all the Micronesian. We've got Taiwanese.
Two French Canadian sisters.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I teach a kid that's from Vietnam, another kid that's Peruvian. Like, I mean, it's such a interesting mix, especially with the military, right?
Yeah,
they can come from anywhere.
Right. Yeah.
And so it all comes here. Yeah.
Right on. Well, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome basis for Guam. I am going to do some further research that we just don't have time to get into, but like, thank you so much for that. Let's go ahead and get into Guam's flag. Like
yes,
not a national flag. It's not a state flag. It's a territorial flag, I guess you would say.
Territorial flag.
For the viewers, it's just one up behind me and probably somewhere on your screen right now.
And but if I'm looking at it right, can you tell me what color the land thing in the back is?
Oh, without turning around?
Or no, sorry. You can look. I just can't see it very well.
Yeah, it's not very well lit. It's like kind of a gray, like a whitish gray.
Okay. That means you've got the right one, which I applaud, because this is one of my things that I'm like, it's so hard to actually get a correct Guam flag, and you've got one.
Okay, I'm confirming.
So I applaud you. I applaud you because that was one of my things. I'm like, okay, depending on how like what type he has, I can go one way or the other.
Yeah. But, thank you for leading us into our new segment. Applaud for Andy.
Applaud for Andy.
Yep. It's a new segment we'll be doing every episode now, where I have the guest clap for me. Anyway, continue, I suppose.
Yes. you may.
Yes.
So the Guam flag, the main kind of difference between a Guam flag, a Guam territorial flag, right, what it is, and every other kind of state level flag is just the red border. When you look, get rid of the red border, it's a seal on a bed sheet. Yeah. But I'm saying like what separates it from being just another seal on bedsheet is the red border. That's the key thing. And it actually did start that way. When it first was made, it started as just a seal on a bedsheet. That's what it originated as. So there's a dispute on who it was that came up with the flag. But there is almost no dispute on who came up with the seal. So the seal was almost 100%, if not totally, defined as being made by Francisco Feja. This guy, local guy, and he saw a scene in our capital village of Hagåtña, and the scene that you see behind you in our seal or coat of arms. In our seal there is the scene that he saw. He drew it, and then that's Bob's your uncle kind of thing. He made that, and that became the seal. So that became the seal. Then later on, there was like a flag competition, and this woman named Helen Paul submitted a blueprint. Like, that's undisputed. She definitely it was attributed to her in a way, that blueprint.
Definitely a blueprint.
Yes, it was. With the seal on. It really was. And it's called like the plan for the flag of Guam. And
right.
The dispute comes with, did she get the idea from him, kind of thing, right? Did he give it to her? Because in a way, sometimes at this time, 1917, not a good time to be a local from Guam to suggest something to the military government at the time. Why not have a military officer's wife suggest it instead? So maybe she might have done him a favor and said, "Hey, let me be your advocate in that way." Right. In the end, we don't know. This is my kind of theory and stuff like that. Or it could have been totally original by her, because she was from Michigan. And if you look at Michigan's flag back then, what is it? It's just a seal on a bed sheet. Yeah. So she just did the same thing. What's our seal? Let's put it on a navy blue bed sheet. And then submitted that. Yeah. So there's a couple ideas on that. And when you kind of see where the first time that Guam's flag was flown in 1917, it really is. It's just, it's almost a square flag even. It's just a blue, almost square flag. I have the units here. It's 54 by 66.
Naturally.
Why? Yeah, naturally. Of course. Right. So, yes. So when when you see it, you actually see the seal. And if I can kind of show it here, it looked essentially like this. That was the whole flag. It was huge. And then I can even send this, but you see how big the seal is in that flag.
Yeah.
Right. So same idea, but it had
like goes all the way to the top and bottom.
Red border. Yeah.
For listeners.
Had no red border though. And that red border was added in 1948 to memorialize the people that died in World War II. And in that, when they updated the flag by adding the red border, they also gave it new dimensions. And the dimensions are like super weird. I don't even know how we got to the dimensions. It's something like a ratio of 22 to 41 or 22 to 40. It's just off from being a 2 to 1. It's like so close, but wrong. And so that's one of the things that irks me about it. But yeah, that was basically the last time it got updated was 1948. Some people, like for me, I like to say meaning is in the eye of the beholder. I think I heard that from someone else, right? It's very common in flag circles, right? I think it means this. No, it doesn't. Well, now it does. It means that to me.
Yeah. It means it to me, so that's what it means to me.
Yeah. So Guam's red border on the flag, I like to say not only does it memorialize the people that died in World War II, but it also is a way for people to understand if someone invades Guam again, we will defend our border with blood. And the reason I say that is because 1 in 8 adults on Guam is a U.S. veteran. 1 in 8. It is like double the participation rate of any other state. It is one of the highest participation rates. Like if not the highest, it's one of the highest. So I have multiple cousins that are in the military. I had multiple uncles, aunties in the military. Everyone knows someone who knows how to shoot a gun. Everyone knows, right? You've got someone, or you've got a friend that knows how. Everyone knows someone because they've served in National Guard or some military capacity.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knows how to properly shoot a gun, not like I was gonna say you can say that about Tennessee, but like cousin Jethro down the lane.
Yeah.
Just knows how to pop off BBs at like Dr. Pepper cans or whatever.
Yeah, I would never mess with anyone from the mountain areas. Never mess with those people.
Good idea. Yeah. Especially here in East Tennessee.
No way.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke. You don't want those smoky mountains. But
those smoky mountains, that's good.
Yeah, no. Okay. So I did not know about Guam, but like the more you explained Guam, like kind of in the previous bit before this, like that makes total sense given your geographic position, history, like everything else. Okay. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. So we're on the Guam flag. We've got the red border that, dude, I love that symbolism, by the way. I love that, like, we will defend this border, our borders, with blood. That is brilliant. That is so good, and something that I don't think Wyoming can claim.
The border is too big for Wyoming, that's why. There's not enough people, the people to mileage. They'll do their best, I'm sure. Yeah.
Granted, they did make the flag the same shape as the state, but other than that, no,
that's
okay,
great. That's great, actually. No, that's a good point. That's a very good point. Yeah.
No, I love that detail. It looks good, and I'm on record as not normally liking flags with borders. I think it kind of works on this one. Guam's not ever going to be my favorite flag for maybe reasons we'll get into in a second, but I do think the red border works on it. So
I think we wanted to talk about some of the inaccuracies, I think. And sometimes these things, they can be like, how petty are we going to really be? And if you know anyone that's involved in flags, we can be petty.
So, it's like the whole deal.
So one of the people who first turned me on to a certain inaccuracy was a guy named Farron Tyron, and he is on Instagram known as the Guam guy, just the Guam guy.
Okay,
and
you were talking about him on the other show.
Yeah, he fully deserves that title because he goes and does he does hornet removal stuff. It's great environment stuff. He does beach cleanup stuff, and he gets involved with like a lot of historical things. He noticed
sounds
that
awesome.
He's a great guy. One of the other flag guy on Guam.
Yeah.
But he does so much more, and I'm just the flag one. But he mentioned that the proa, or the boat that's in the Guam Seal, would be broken if you actually tried to sail it, because the mast is on the wrong side. The mast is on the wrong side. Also, the sail itself is kind of at rest, so it's kind of a uninspiring thing. And the arms, there's 2 arms that go out to the outrigger. He said there should be 3. And I made my own design, and I think I sent it to you so that can be put up.
Yeah,
but mine had
first one.
I think it might be. Yeah, mine had only 2 arms. So we met each other, and we met each other totally by chance. I was showing this flag to one of my friends, and he was with other people, and he's like, wait, hold on. And he like left his friends
flag across the way.
Yeah. He left his friends, came over and said like, I want to talk to you about this. I'll be back. And then finished with his friends, then came back and we talked, and it was great. He gave me some feedback on it, gave me some things like the 3 arms. And I didn't know that, but that was distinct to Guam kind of thing. One of the other inaccuracies, the big one that I kind of started out with, the dead giveaway, if it's a correct Guam flag, is the land in the back. That land, it should be kind of flat looking, and then it should kind of come down at like an angle. I don't know which way is going to work better with the with the camera, but it should come down at like an angle. If it comes down and it's like this, like almost straight, then that is an inaccurate Guam flag technically, because there's a land formation called Two Lovers Point, which has become like a legendary place. These two lovers, star-crossed lovers, Two Lovers Point. These star-crossed lovers, they couldn't marry each other, so they jumped off the cliff, and that became like a legendary spot. So when people think of a cliff line, they think of two lovers, but the original one from Francisco Feja was not two lovers, because if you go to the spot, you go to the actual spot that he went to, you can see two lovers, but it's like blocked in the background. It's also green, so it's blurred out. It doesn't fit the shape as well as the original blueprint. So if you're checking the blueprint, you check everything, it's just not the right one. Now, for me, I'm totally fine if we change it to Two Lovers, because then it's more culturally relevant.
Sure, right.
Yeah.
That's I'm trying. Keep staring back at mine. Yeah, mine is like
that one is. Yeah, that one's correct.
Flat, but then it kind of goes down.
Correct.
But then, like toward the sea, it does angle a little.
Yes. Yeah. That one is a place called Litexan or Ritidian, and that's all the way up north. And the reason why it's gray or white is because it's so far away in distance that it loses its color because it's so far away.
Like through the mist and the fun.
Yeah, exactly. When you're there, when you're actually in that spot, it's green for sure. But from that distance, from Agana Bay, or from the place further out, which is where Francisco Feja really saw it, you're even further away, and it's even grayer. So it's obviously that thing. If we're going by what the colors were, by the shape, it was that spot, Litexan.
Yeah, for sure. Wow.
People don't like it. They don't like hearing that. And I like to make people happy. So I hate bringing it up a lot of times, but I'm also like, then let's change it. Yeah.
No, that's fascinating, because as someone who's never been to Guam and honestly spends like very little time thinking about Guam, it just doesn't really come up that much. I had kind of just assumed that these were like 3 between the tree, the boat, and the background. Actually, not even really the background, because like on mine, since it is so like grayish white,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of was focusing more on like the little river, the tree, and the boat, and just assuming like I doubt this was like an exact scene of anything. They probably just have this type of tree, this type of boat, and a river that comes in from or that empties out into the sea or something.
But
I didn't know
it is a very
anything
specific scene.
Yeah. That's cool to know.
Mm-hmm.
And probably something I should have intuited, but like, cool to know what it actually stands for. What's the thing with the? Oh, okay, never mind. You said the boat's supposed to have 3, and the sail
Three
is not
arms.
supposed to be at rest.
Yeah,
and on the other side, okay.
Yeah, the mast is on the wrong side. It's on the incorrect side. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but yeah, Farron, great guy, and he kind of got on a little crusade, but he's also like very busy. So when I finally saw that, I'm like, oh, thank goodness, there's another person on Guam that actually cares about this stuff too. So that was a big encouragement for me to know I'm not alone in this.
Yeah, just because you're the only Kylon on island doesn't mean you have to be the only VexHead on island.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like finds like when we can.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, I think it's probably a good time to take another break and get into what is, I think for this episode, going to be the bulk of it. Normally that's part 2, but I think we're saving it for part 3 this time. We are going to talk all about those village flags that Kylon mentioned earlier. I can't wait. In fact, I can't wait. Let's go. We're going to break now. Bye.
Okay.
All right, VexHeads, and with that, we are back with part 3. And as mentioned, we have no time to waste. So, Kylon's here to talk about village flags for Guam. Kylon, go into the history of village flags, I guess, writ large, and like, what are villages in Guam? Is that like a town or?
Yeah, so Guam is made up of like 19 municipalities, but for lack of a better word, we always just called them villages. They were called barrios, they were called everything, right? But usually villages. And some of the municipalities are multi-village. So because the population base just isn't enough to justify having another mayor for 200 people or less. So yeah, there's 19 villages. Our capital is Hagatnya, and a lot of these villages, they have names that you're going to hear them. They're not going to sound normal because they come from the Chamorro language, and there was a creation myth where it was made out of this person's body. All of the island of Guam was made out of his body. So some of the villages, they have names that actually deal with a body part or something like that.
Oh, okay. And what'd you say the language was in the people?
Chamorro.
Chamorro. Okay.
Yeah. If you ever want a fun video, look up Stephen Colbert and the word Chamorro, or Stephen Colbert interviews the congresswoman from Guam. It was great. Absolutely great, where he asks about the indigenous people, and she said, well, you're considered Chamorro. He's like, that sounds delicious. It's one of my all-time faves because she did not know that this was Stephen Colbert.
Like that obviously. He was doing kind of like a satire.
Yeah. Whoever her staff was just did not prepare her for it.
And
that makes it even better. Makes it
that is funny.
Amazing. Yeah.
I could really go for it tomorrow right now.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's 19 villages.
Yes.
Is it safe to say all 19 have a flag?
All 19 have a flag. So what happened was there was some sort of grant given from our tourism bureau, Guam Visitors Bureau. So they gave money in 2011 to the Mayor's Council of Guam. This is all from like someone's website, and I believe is the Mayor's Council that wrote it. They got money from Guam Visitors Bureau, and then they made all 19 village flags. And I don't know what exactly the details were. I tried to find the Mayor's Council minutes and stuff like that. It just wasn't there. Yeah. But in the end, what happened was, I think it was within a year, within a year, all 19 villages were made. All 19 village flags were made by one person. And he was like a pretty good graphic designer, but I don't think he was a flag designer. Or it could have been something where, you know, whoever was in charge of the project, and he's just the designer, kind of kept giving input. Oh, you should make sure you add this, make sure you add this. And they didn't know, right? In the end, it's how many good flag designers are there in the world? How many of them are going to be on Guam in 2011? What are the odds, right? And be able to make 19 village flags in a year. I can't even imagine. That's like more than a flag a month. And no, thank you. I would never take that contract.
Yeah, no. I can hardly design one. Yeah. I designed one and then just got endless crap about it.
And that's the hardest part, is getting the angry feedback about some things. Yeah. So now I'm on track right now to appear before the Mayor's Council of Guam in October.
Oh, and don't show them this.
Well, no, I think I'm going to be as fair as possible with them, and I'm going to be explaining to them we can do better, and I want to help them. So, like my whole point of appearing before them is to offer my services and be like, there's no blame here. No one knew what to do, right? And you guys were just given money, right? Do you guys? They're already busy. I watched their Mayor's Council videos. They're super busy. They've got so many problems, and the last thing they need to do is become a flag designer, right? or start a committee. Instead, it's let me, right? I'm the guy who cares about this. Let me do this, and I will do my best to represent you, your people, right? Yeah. I have no intention in becoming the redesigner of all 19, because then we're just repeating the mistake.
And that's a good, like, if I can cut in like really quick, that is I think you've got it exactly right on the approach for that, especially like where you live, population wise, etc. Like, I think that's the exact correct approach to take. I'm not trying to get like credit for this. I'm not trying to do it all. I just want to let you guys know these few things. And anyway, continue. So one person's 19 flags.
So if we can go through it, I know I sent the pictures to you, so I don't have to show it, right? I don't have to show it here. We can just have it put up there.
I'll have them up on screen for the viewers and for the listeners. It's honestly just going to be easier for you to go to the show notes, because a lot of the descriptions of these are going to be like a Canadian pale with the seal in the middle.
With the seal.
A Spanish fest with the seal in the middle. Like, it's not going to help you that much.
That's all it is. And when we're talking about, well, I mean, that's basically what it is. We have 18. There's one village that doesn't put a seal on it. So I give them credit. I give them credit for the effort. But if we start with the capital city, capital village of Hagatnya, Hagatnya means, it comes from the root word hagat, which means blood. So they actually get something right, because they give kind of a blood color on the left side, like a little, as if it were a tricolor, but only one side is colored red. So they kind of have that almost red dirt kind of color as well. And Guam is famous for its red dirt, essentially clay. So that's an important piece.
That's what we have in East Tennessee too, is red clay. That's funny.
So we've got like a red clay here. So they chose the colors correct. I think so. And that to me is, hey, they got that right. Now there's more symbols. And if you look in the seal, there's a statue of one of the famous chiefs. There's the basilica. In front of the basilica, you actually can barely see it. There is a statue of Pope John Paul III. Is it third? Pope John Paul III?
Not yet.
Second. Pope John Paul II then. And because he visited Guam one time, so they made a statue that rotates, and he's like blessing it. So he rotates and blesses the whole island. But then, like you said,
very Catholic there, right?
Yeah, very Catholic. Very Catholic.
This makes, oh my God.
So it was a big deal. So we called it the Rota-Pope. for the longest time. but it doesn't rotate. But it's still the Rotopope because it used to rotate.
It's always going to be the Rotopope in here.
Yeah, exactly. The Rotopope was the friends we made. Yeah.
The friends we made along the way. Yep.
The friends we made along the way. Next one is next one is Agania Heights. It's like green. It's like 3 shades of green. So the people who get mad about 2 shades of blue because of Minnesota, you need to sit down, and we've got 3 shades of green here. And again, if there's anyone on Guam that's listening, I've been through so many different types of emotions with these flags where I'm like, I hate them. They're the worst. I understand people were doing their best, right? With the time constraint possibly. So what's the simplest way we can get the job done? It was put the seal, right? Because the seal does have all that symbolism, and they thought they were doing the right job. So, hey, you know what? Fair play. Now, some went above and beyond, and they went out of their way, I think, to try to do their best, and it may have backfired. But Agania Heights has 2 cannons, or I think it's 3, actually. It might be 2 or 3. But they have Spanish-era cannons as one of the sites. So they do a good job by doing that. Yeah. Next one is agate or haget now. This one mixes so many different types of media.
This is my first time zooming in on this one. Yeah,
this is good. It's good.
World?
So the symbolism that we have, agate is famous for mangoes. They have the biggest fiesta on Guam. It's the mango fiesta. And then in the middle, you'll see kind of like an old stone bridge. That's because that's a Spanish era bridge. So when we're talking about the symbolism, they actually did that. But again, they're just throwing in so much. And I'm pretty sure those flowers are just the village flower.
Okay, yeah.
But again, it's clunky. That's the difficulty in it. Next one is Asan-Maina. Oh, yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
Very, very briefly. I do like that the tree on the right of the agate flag pretty much mirrors the one on the Guam flag, at least like in its curvature and leaf pattern.
Because
so I don't know if that's like a shout out or not, but
the reason why is because one of the famous recreations of the Guam flag that has that 2 lovers point, which many people claim as like, oh, this is a Guam flag, and I'm like, yes, it is, but it's actually incorrect. That's the coconut tree from that flag. Whoever made this just took that, but then they multiplied it 3 times because it's on the same. Yeah, it's not a different coconut tree. Why would you do that to yourself anyway? Why would you add more work? They just mirrored it and shrunk the other one. Yeah.
Anyway, my
next one. Yeah, next one is Asan-Maina. No, it was a good observation because that curve in the Guam flag coconut tree, it's meant to show resilience because of typhoons.
So it is meaningful. It's not just a design choice.
Exactly. If it were just straight, it doesn't really mean much. But if it's curved, then that means that has to deal with the resilience. Coconut tree stands up even in typhoons.
Yep.
So next one, Asan-Maina. This one I think is the closest to being a finished flag.
Yes,
all you got to do is remove the seal, and it's a flag. It's already there. The 2 stars mean the 2 villages, Asan and Maina. And also the colors are very American because this was one of the landing spots for the Americans when they came to liberate Guam. Every Memorial Day, they put hundreds, if not thousands, of flags. I've seen it. I've never thought to count, but they put tiny, those hand waving flags. They place those in the park, and the park is huge.
I think I saw something about that in my research for this episode. Like I think it was maybe even a cemetery or something, but it was like was like Guam, U.S. Guam, U.S.
It's just a wide open field. It's known as Asan Park. Asan Park is just known as if you want to do something, it's a wide open field. You go there. It's a huge park, and it's pretty much even. Once in a while you'll get a hole for sure. That place is known as like the landing spot for landing spot for the Americans when they came back. So remove the seal, you got a flag. And that's the one I'm like, I think I should just start here if I end up going from village to village. Like, here, let's get this one taken care of, because it's not hard.
Yes. Yeah. But it sets a good precedent. Like, it's all right. We took and, you know, word it like this. Like, we took something that was already great. Like you said on the show, and like we say a lot on here, like, you know, every so-so flag, let's call it, has a good flag dying to get out. I think like your I'll put it up on the screen for the viewers too and put it in the show notes, but your redesign, if I'm not skipping too much ahead, is exactly as stated. It is that, a little bit better proportions. The 2 stars are bigger and the seals removed. Like, it communicates the exact same thing, but it keeps the long story short. You know?
That's all it is, because those American colors speak to that landing spot. And when we're talking about the story of the village of Asan, you cannot forget that. Like, you can't exclude that from the story. Now,
it'd be like going to San Antonio and forgetting the Alamo. You can't.
Yeah, exactly. How do you wait? What was it again that we were?
That whole thing. I don't know.
I feel like we're forgetting something. Now the next one, this is what I like to call the Maryland of the Guam villages.
This next one is doing a lot.
It is. And again, I believe it's Mayor June Bloss. Mayor June Bloss, if you see this, I think you have done a few things very well, right? That being the colors. No other village has these colors, and these colors are going to be so recognizable.
No argument here.
That being said, rule number 4, no lettering or seals, was never considered when designing this flag.
In fact, it was flouted, like loud, like They were like, no letters? How about all letters?
How about all the letters? How dare you tell me
How about the
what
lazy
to do?
brown fox jumped over the whatever?
So this is the village of Barragata, and at the top, of course, we have the seal in the middle, and kind of arched around the round seal on the top, it says, "We are Barragata." In the seal, it says "Municipality of Barragata." In the middle of the seal, there's a giant B for Barragata. And then at the bottom is a mural that you can see along the road. On the road, this mural is there, and it says Barragata. It's a great mural, absolutely amazing mural.
Kylon cut out here, but he's about to say it's so simple that a child could draw it
from memory, right? So simple that a child could draw it from memory. This poor kid's gonna just say, "Hey, just give me the whole crayon set." Like, I'm gonna hold on to this for a while. And
actually,
they
Mom, you need to make another run. I need the 128, not the 64.
I'm out. And the kicker with this one is on the top right is the Guam Visitors Bureau trademarked logo.
Somehow that's what out of all of this, that's what gets me the most. Like, gets my friggin' goat. Like,
it gets your goat. And but this is stuff where when I appear before them, it's, again, I'm not blaming anyone on this.
Right.
Because this is exactly what, let's look at cities with millions of people have nothing better. Let's look at Pocatello, right? Pocatello trademarked their own thing.
Proud to be.
And they were proud of it. And they were very proud of it.
I mean, that's honestly, that's We Are Barragata vibes, proud to be Pocatello vibes.
Maybe that's what I should do instead of, We Are Barragata and proud to be Pocatello. That's better.
But no, you're not wrong. Like, they're not an outlier.
Again, with Barragata, the colors, no one else has these colors.
Yes.
So that's like, okay, let's start there. If we want to be distinct, number 5, right, we got to start there. And I mentioned it in one of the interviews where if you're going to miss on one thing, you should try to hit on the others as hard as possible. And they hit on this as hard as possible. I've never seen a flag with these colors. So that right away, I'm like, hey, this is great. That kind of light blue green kind of thing with that purple red kind of look. I'll take that. That's something now I could take and use it.
I will say, I think I have a flag somewhere in my collection that says it's 5 o'clock somewhere and basically has these colors.
And that's the color. Maybe that's what we should place, right?
I mean, it's Barragata somewhere.
It's Barragata somewhere. Yeah. Now, moving on to the next one. This is Pago-Ordot. But if you notice in the seal, it says Ordot Pago. They have since switched it. And then again, they have now switched the actual name of the village to the more original Chamorro name, which again, this is why you don't put lettering, you don't put the name of the place because of things like, what if we change it? What if this changes? What if that changes? And I mean, overall, they get the symbolism correct. Pago Bay is one of the most famous areas in Guam. There's a famous legend that deals with the fish that ate Guam, and it was attacking Pago Bay. That's where it was biting. Now, so they get that. They have the fishermen. They got ants because I think one of the schools, their mascot is the mighty ants. I believe, or it might also have to deal with the name of Ordot itself.
I was going to ask if it was some kind of,
So, I mean, this one, though, overall, it kind of gave me a meh vibe because it is very earthy tones.
Yes, that's the exact terms. For listeners, again, check it out, but it's mostly brown and green. Well, brown, green, and brown, green. A weird yellow green.
Yeah. And again, seal in the middle. So all of that symbolism is packed into such a small spot.
Yeah, not ideal.
Next one is Dedido. This is up north, and the colors, I don't know what they mean at all. I don't know at all. It just doesn't. Either.
But
it just doesn't speak to me too much. Is it distinct colors? Yes, but is there something we could do to insert some meaning? And in the seal, there's a Catholic church, that's Santa Barbara Church. I think there's a kid skateboarding on the road because in Dedido, that's where one of the famous skate parks is. One of the only skate parks.
And more
then farming and stuff
on flags.
like that.
I'm just going to say right now, more skateboarders on flags.
So
please.
that's something I'm trying to figure out. Like, honestly, is there a way? There's a D.
Keep that element.
Right? Yeah, there's a D. You could put that as the front of the skateboard, right? Yeah, you could do something like that.
Ooh.
Or you could put it as like the half pipe kind of deal.
There's options.
There's things. Yeah, there's options. And Dedido is one of the most populous villages on Guam. So it's one of those things like, hey, there's got to be options here. And this just, it's not doing it enough justice for that. And so again, if I'm giving my expertise, whatever that is, right, I'm giving my advice. It's, hey, we can do better. Let's figure it out. Let's give surveys and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the next one is the one I said is the only one. This is Inalahan. The only one that doesn't do a seal, but man, do they go into it. They don't do a seal. Instead of a seal, they put 5 actual pictures, which I'm like,
Like, part of me is surprised that one of the pictures doesn't say, like, Getty Images at the bottom or something.
Yes, yeah. Exactly. It does look kind of like stock images. And the thing is, they picked the right things. They did. Okay. These are 5 things that are integral to the village of Inalahan, specifically the one on the right side on the top. That is Chief Gadao. Chief Gadao was famous for having this kind of show of strength against another chief named Malaguatnya. Malaguatnya came to challenge Gadao, and then they got in a canoe and started paddling away from each other. The same canoe, opposite ways, and they split the canoe. So it's like they were both so strong that they were able to split the canoe. So that statue there that you see of a broken canoe, if other people see a broken canoe, they're like, what, bro, have you, right? Yeah. Instead, it's like a symbol of strength. It's a symbol of strength to show this is how strong this guy was to be able to do that. So that, like, when you think of Inalahan, or when anyone thinks of Inalahan on Guam, they think specifically of one person, Gadao.
Yeah, if you think of one thing, it's that. So it's like
it's that.
So I'm picturing the bones of a good flag as we're talking, and like obviously that make it like Old Town Maine, except the canoe is broken. You know, like don't do exactly that, but you get it.
Yeah, exactly. And I have a redesign, and we can get to that one. It's one of the ones I'm excited to work on. That redesign.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We'll
okay.
See how much time we have. If not, Patreon. But go on.
Yeah. Next one is Mangilaw, and that one. This is where this is kind of like the up and coming college town kind of place. A lot of the kids go to school there.
No, it's probably a Bible.
I think so. That's why. I think it's a book because
it is just like a learning.
It's just a book
for higher learning. Yeah.
And then the two birds on the side. Those are the cuckoo birds, which are that's like the island bird, but they are endangered. So right now they're being taken care of to get the population back up and hopefully to release again to Guam.
Yeah.
And I want to get through it as fast as possible here. Next village is Malesu. Next village is Malesu, but it's, if you notice again, municipality of Maritzo, which is the old way of doing it. So now it means you got to change the flag. And they packed in all of these things. Malesu is one of the most iconic villages on Guam because this is where there's a legend of Santa Maria Kamalin, which is our patron saint. Santa Maria Kamalin was brought to the shore of Guam on like either carried or on the backs of crabs. So these crabs bring it, and and she becomes the patron saint of Guam. And then if you notice also in the seal, there is a bell tower. So when we get to the Malesu, redesign, then I can explain it there. Next one, this is one of the best ones, Mongmong-Toto-Maite. It's a tri-village, and the best part is in the seal it just says what?
Mayor's office.
It says mayor's office on it. So it's not even like the seal of the village. It's the seal of the mayor's office. And it's like,
And this is what you were talking about on the radio show is like, you know, like the flags like this do have a place, but that place, like, this one says what its place is. Its place is in the mayor's office, like not all over town, you know? So like to your exact point on that, I would also note that they have what seems to be the Holy Grail from the third Indiana Jones movie.
It looks like that. Okay.
So like,
so
firstly, I want to say they chose wisely,
but maybe they chose
poorly. I don't know.
That is a great quote, great callback. So that is what's called a latte stone. That is this thing right here.
Oh, so I'm being terrible.
No, I won't say it. I'll have the mayor call you. So this is what I did also here. This is kind of the same thing. It is a symbolized version of it. So the latte stone was one of the iconic Chamorro pieces. Guam is the only place where this extra spot here, that is essentially a rat stopper. The Chamorros would put their houses on these things, and the rats couldn't climb upside down on it. So so that saved probably thousands and thousands of lives because people didn't lose their food.
Yeah.
Wow. So how dare you? How dare you?
I know. I'm gonna go crawl into a hole after this episode.
I'll help you out. We're moving on. Next village is Petey. Which actually kind of Petey is famous for its port, for its kind of like port vibes, because that's where the commercial port is. So that kind of shape, I actually really like that. The shape on the outside, it has like an industrial kind of vibe to it. And let's get rid of the seal. And honestly, it's a great start, if not already kind of done, in my opinion.
Yeah, I do love those kind of like, they look like rivets, like bolts, like
exactly
on the top and bottom hoist and fly. Yeah,
I think that was one of the ones that got some attention at the beginning, where they're like, I got an idea, and then they're like, I've got 2 days left. We need to figure out the rest.
Right. Oh shoot.
So next one, Santa Rita. This is actually Santa Rita-Sumai now, and again, now you have to change. It's kind of like light Guam. It has the red border, but a lighter blue, and then it says Santa Rita in the middle with the mayor's or the village seal in the middle. I've thought through kind of what I would redesign it with, and I've got some ideas. I would really emphasize the flower that's there. Rita-Sumai is known for a specific massacre that happened there. It's a very well-known massacre that happened during World War II. So my interpretation of what the flag would be is keep everything, get rid of the middle, but emphasize the flower. And then all I did was I put like a drop of blood on the flower, just so that it's a white flower. It's a beautiful flower. But now what are you going to see right away? It's that drop of blood. And, hey, let me tell you about what happened.
And given it's red blood on a white flower, it contrasts well, like it works. Yeah, totally.
And it's you can't ignore it, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, next one, village of Sinahanya. This flag is literally the only one I've actually seen in the wild.
Oh wow! Okay,
of all the flags,
I was not going to get that from this one.
Yeah. I mean, I was just driving. Around, and I remember I was going one way, and I wait, hold on, turn around, take a picture. I was so happy, and
identify with that.
And within a month, it was gone. I was like, what happened? I felt like, the corpse flower blooming. I felt like I had watched that kind of thing. The next flag, this is the flag of my home village. This is the flag of Talo'fo'fo.
Couldn't see that. He put his head in his hands as he said that.
I took my time. I love my village. And the thing they do well is, it's God's country. That's our motto, God's country. And it's like, who decided that? Our mayor one time. He just said,
not God?
Anyone else gonna call it? All right, we'll take it.
With the mayor's office from a few villages over.
Yeah. So Talo'fo'fo has really kind of like leaned into that God's country. They're all about natural beauty, and so that yellow is actually perfect. I like to attribute that yellow to natural beauty in some way. The other thing is Talo'fo'fo has a yearly banana festival, so it's perfect. The yellow is perfect for a banana festival. And for those of you who don't see it, the greatest part about this flag is that it doesn't actually say Talo'fo'fo.
Right.
It has a banana tree in the shape of a T, and then the rest says Alafofo.
Yeah.
And then for anyone who deals in any sort of graphic design, you're going to love this. It is in the papyrus font. So it's everything that this might be the Maryland.
Honestly,
instead.
Honestly, the papyrus was the first thing I noticed before anything else.
I do. Yes.
I'm like, oh, it's crunchy and earthy. Cool.
Yeah. Papyrus font.
I would also say to the listener that the banana tree looking like a T is it mostly does. Yeah. But there's like a branch and like a thing of bananas coming down that make it a little less so.
You gotta know that it's Talo'fo'fo. Because I've asked people who didn't live on Guam what it was.
It could look like Falafofo if you take that branch to be like part of an F or whatever,
Yeah, and I've asked people, it was like a 50-50 if they got it correct or not, if it was Talo'fo'fo or not. Next one is Tamuning Tumon Harmon. It's a tribe village. Tamuning Tumon Harmon is like the most exciting village there is. Tamuning is
lengthiest name, I guess, too. Really,
yeah. So they shorten it to Tatuha.
Okay. Oh, yeah. First off, nice.
Yeah. Did you notice something?
I'm seeing a geographical feature that I suspect you may mention.
Yes, that is, and because in this seal, you will see Two Lovers Point.
Yep.
Two Lovers Point is found here in this village. This is honestly, it's supposed to be the most exciting village. Tamuning is like a commercial area. A lot of the local people go there. There's movie theater. There's premiere outlets, stuff like that. And there's a lot of stuff there that locals go to. Tumon is the tourist district where all the tourists go to, and of course all the locals go there. And then Harmon is our industrial district. This is like you got commercial, industrial, residential as well. You've got everything there is in Tumon Harmon.
Like when I'm playing Sim City on my computer in like 1998, and I'm like, all right, commercial, residential, industrial.
Yeah,
bam,
it's everything.
Done.
Yeah, it's everything. It's like its own self-sustaining place. This is the California of Guam, and it has the most boring flag. It does the seal on a bed sheet.
Yeah.
It follows the states, and it just does the seal on the bed sheet, and it frustrates me. It's like, come on, guys, you got so much more to represent. Next one is Umatic or Humatak. Now, it's a southern village, and this is one of the most famous villages. This is where allegedly Magellan landed. There is a Spanish fort. There's this bridge place. There's so much history in Umatic, and they put actual pictures on this, and it is brutal. It's pretty brutal.
Again, as always, check out the show notes, because I guarantee half of you checking out the show notes could Photoshop this better than they did.
Yes. So this is one of those things where this is what kind of really kicked me in the pants. I'm like, I gotta do something.
Right?
I can't.
I get it.
I gotta like no.
Something must be done.
Someone must step up. Right? Like Batman. This is not the hero what you deserve. It's the one you need. Right? This is what I'm doing right now. I'm not Batman really, but I know no one else is gonna do it. So I'm like, I gotta do it. Umatic. Next one, Jigo, Yigo, right? In Guam, especially if it starts the letter or starts the word, it's like a J, really like a JZ kind of sound, like a za. So it's like Zigo or Zigo. Yeah. Okay. But Jigo. Again, if you're just visiting Guam, just say it as a J, and everyone is totally fine. This one is close because those 3 laddie stones, right? The 3 holy grails are in the front. And, but the killer part here is they've got 2 Guam seals in the seal.
Yeah. I was just saying that.
Which is great. So I did like a simplified redesign where it's just 3 laddie stones in the middle instead of the seal. Like, if that's all you got to do, that's all you got to do. There's no need to get fancy with it. People know the 3 laddie stones because they're greeted at every entrance to the village with 3 laddie stones.
Right.
So
like they couldn't miss it if they tried.
Exactly. Okay. And last but not least, this is one of the most beautiful villages as well. This is the village of Zonya or Jonya, either one.
Zonya.
Zonya. Yeah, because that's the other thing. We don't show the squiggly. Is it Enya? And we don't show it. It's just one of those. Oh, you just gotta know.
Even on lowercase, because I know a lot of times it isn't on uppercase.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like Sinahanya in one of the other villages. If it's the NA at the end, usually it's going to be one of those things. Sinahanya, Jontnya, same deal.
Right.
So. Right. This one is actually one of my favorite ones because the colors are great. The idea, the scene that they're putting in this is an actual scene. This is from the viewpoint of one of the beaches in Zonya called Tagacheng. It's beautiful. It looks like this. It is one of the best spots to get a sunrise, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's one of those pure landscape kind of things. On the sides there's some other stuff, but it's flat. It's absolutely flat. It looks beautiful, and I'm like, this is a great start. Get rid of the seal, we've got something, and let's work together on it, kind of thing.
Like this, honestly, this is one of, not the only one of the few that has made me actually want to go to the place. Like it is, and like you said, it's inviting. Between like everything on the hoist side alone, and it's a great seal. As we've talked about, does it belong on a flag? Probably not, but it is a great seal, to be honest. I don't know, but there's something you could do, like Krzysztof Hook style, where you take all the elements and condense them into something. His are obviously Czech and more European by virtue of that, but there's there's so many good flags waiting to pop out of that one. There's not just one. There's like at least 3.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's something to be done there, and I feel like the mayor is a very open to this kind of guy, and so I'm excited if he accepts it. I'm like, this is one of those ones. Okay, I think we can work with it already.
Yeah. So I know we've I mean, like, shoot, this may just be like a slightly longer episode. I don't care.
Okay.
But I did want to, like, now that we've gone through them, I think, like, as much as, like, really they merit, so you do have a few redesigns, but, like, overall, what would you, what's a good way to put this? What would you change? I guess taking off the seals.
Minimum. It's always start with that. Yeah.
And just, like,
always
kind of
start with taking
the
off the
colors
seals
and symbols that were in the seals.
Yeah, and that's what I usually try to do. And some villages already kind of have established village colors, like Talo'fo'fo, the banana tree Talo'fo'fo.
Okay.
Like that yellow and green that's the colors. Everyone knows that.
Gotcha.
So if I tried to change that, I would get chased out of the village.
Yeah.
But others, it's open. And so there's a lot of that you can play around with. There's certain things that I'm excited to really work with. But main thing is, get rid of the seals. Which redesigns did I send you? Did I send you one that's pink? Because that one's one of my favorite ones. Okay, so that one is Aganya Heights. Remember the one that was all greens? I changed it to pinks instead because the village flower is bougainvillea. And Chamorro is called Putitai Nobu. And there's a few of them, villages that have this. And the main color, the normal color that you see is like this pink one. And if you look in the top petal, I guess, the top leaf, you will notice that it says AH on it for Aganya Heights. Right? And that's something I was like, that was a fun thing. This was one of my earliest ones where I'm like, I think, and somehow I realized, oh man, I think I could pull this off here. And it's one of those things. If you know, you know, which is it's a great way for someone to have pride in their village, because then they can show someone like, hey, I bet you didn't notice this, but now they're talking about their flag by doing that. Yeah. If I can skip,
very, very, just like very briefly, the bars on the top and bottom not being the same width is something that's carried over from the actual flag, but like, does it mean anything in either circumstance?
I don't think so. I don't know exactly. It's something that I will probably ask the mayor if he wants to address. I think a lot of these were just kind of whoever the designer was just kind of wanted to separate the different flags from each other while adding stripes.
Right.
Like it could do
the same person that did all 19 of these.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think imagine that workload.
I'm trying to think of 19. Which ones. I'm trying to think of like the order that they went in, because like it seems like once they got to the one with just the 5 pictures, they were like out of ideas.
Yeah,
like,
we're done.
Throw 5 things at a wall.
We're moving on.
Talo'fo'fo wants a flag? All right. Well, they're going to have a friggin' banana tree as the T then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What I think what could work with my redesign of Aganya Heights is doing like a Canadian pale with just like the pink. I think it really could. Essentially, it's the same idea. It's the leaf and Spanish fest. You're saying?
Yeah, I just learned that term the other day when I was talking about the New Orleans flag. But Spanish fest is like a Canadian pale, except the fesses are horizontal lines. Got it. Flag, I guess, basically, but
so maybe that way instead. Yeah,
something like that.
Because there's more Spanish influence here than Canadian, because we've only had two Canadian sisters.
Right.
Yeah. If I can switch to the Talo'fo'fo one, that's the yellow and green. Again, another Putitai Nobu as the village flag. And the green represents the 2 green stripes on the top represent the two villages. Sorry, I'm just getting I'm so proud of having these made. I'm so happy that I made it.
You should be.
Yeah, it was something cool to actually, see your design in physical.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
Yeah, the two stripes are the two rivers that border the actual village. So in a way, this is the village. It shows the two rivers, because when you go there, you're not going to see a clear, sparkling river. You're going to see a jungle river, which is going to be green. When you go there, you're going to see green the whole time. So those are the two village rivers. And this is one where I'm like, I feel like I'm missing something, and it's almost like, am I too close to it where it's my own village, and I'm right? And I don't want this to be one of those where I'm stuck and I'll die on this hill because this is my village. I don't want that to happen, but yeah. If we can go to the one that is a little bit of flattery towards Tennessee. Well, that is the village of Mongmong-Toto-Maite.
If you
the tri-village. Yeah, Mongmong-Toto-Maite. So I think I may have sent only one, like the blue one. I just used those colors, added the 3 stars, and it just, hey, you know what? Simplified it. Something easy to do.
Yeah, it works. People are gonna hate on the blues, like the 2 blues, but other than that, like, I don't know, screw it.
Yeah. And again, this could be something where we change the colors.
Yeah,
it's totally fine. But the main thing is, can you, in a way, stickerify it? Right, and you can do that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yep. Then I think we can. The Asan-Maina one is pretty self-explanatory. But if we can do the blue, white, and yellow one, that is going to be Pago-Ordot.
That's a good place to round out.
Yeah, the blue, white, and yellow, the Pago-Ordot one. Is that this one here? Right here. Right.
Oh,
is that one? And then I'll do this one real quick, and then do the Melissa one. Yeah. So this one is Pago-Ordot. I mentioned previously about the fish that ate Guam. It was eating the land, basically. It was eating the land. So this flag is about the legend. It was eating the land, and the villagers were trying to get it. They tried to chase it, and then it would swim down, and it wouldn't pop up. They didn't know where it went. On the other side of the island, women were bathing, and they bathed with lemons to clean the hair, and also somewhat probably to dye their hair. And then they would throw it in the water. What happened was, even though it was on the other side of the island, those lemon peels appeared back in Pago Bay on the completely opposite side. So the villagers realized this fish is going under the island and popping up on the other side. So the lemons were like the aha moment. They were the turning point of the legend. And so what happened was the fish got chased again. And on the other side, the women had prepared a net. They killed it. Everyone ate. They had a blast. So I don't know how many flags have lemons on it, but this would be
I can think of.
Not many that you can think of, right? So this would be like one of those, hey, why do you have lemons on your flag? I'm glad you asked. Let me tell you, long story short kind of deal. And then,
this is so cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
I just want to flatter you for like 2 more seconds. Okay. This is one. I mean, that's no, stop. One that like that story kicks ass. I know you didn't come up. Nobody, whatever. That's not your story. But like as a way to represent it and represent like the town, like writ large from that, like this flag, dude, this is really good.
I appreciate that. That was like,
this one's gonna be like stuck in my craw for a while, and that doesn't always.
Maybe I'll send you this one. Maybe I'll send you that one then. This was the one that kind of made me believe that I could do flag making, because that was the first time where I was able to do that long story short. Right, I could simplify the whole thing into what's the turning point. That was one of the beginning points for me.
That's like the definition.
I'm like, I think I can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
so
let's get into this.
We'll finish with the Melissa flag. We'll finish with this one. This is one of my favorite redesigns. This one took me a year to get to.
Yeah, I heard.
Which was took time, but I'm like, it paid off. So Malesso, again, this is where our patron saint, Santa Maria Kamalin, she got picked up. The statue was brought in by crabs. So Malesso is famous for a crab festival. So of course I added the crabs. Malesso is also famous for that bell tower, which is right there. Now, the other thing that it's famous for is this 7-pointed star. And of course it's red, so of course it means blood. During World War II, the Japanese had occupied the village, and near the end, they realized, hey, it's over for us, and these people that we are in control of are probably going to start revolting. So what they did was they started taking groups out to work somewhere. And really what they did was they put them in caves and they threw hand grenades in, and they would kill them. One person survived from one of those things, sneaked back into the village, told everyone. And the story goes that these 7 rebels, these 7 guys rebelled, killed all the Japanese in that village, and freed the village before the Americans even landed. So the Americans land later on, and they come in looking for a fight, and the Chamorros are like, we're good. Just move on.
We handled it.
Yeah. We took care of it. So when you're telling the story of Malesso, you cannot neglect that, right? So the crab represents, sure, the festival, but it also represents it represents the Santa Maria Kamalin. You have the bell tower. You have also the 7-pointed star for the rebels. And again, that's long story short. That's one of my favorite ones. That one was a blast when I had that. Like, I got it kind of moments. I'm like, oh man. And then making it and showing it. And here's the thing. I've had multiple people from Malesso tell me, I love that flag. Can I have it? And every single one that I've brought, it's like, I'm just buying this with my own money. I'm just like, take it. Take it. Here, you take it, please. So, I mean, that's stuff where I'm like, it almost brought me to tears, where I'm like, it has an impact. And you see flags have an impact. I like to say, when people say they don't care about flags, I'm like, well, no one cares about flags until it's theirs getting burned. Right. Yeah. And so it could be getting burned as in me saying, this is not a good flag. And then they're like, oh, hey, right. Like the Utah group that came out of the woodwork to oppose making a better flag.
Right. Yeah.
So same thing. And I hope in a way that people will now do the same thing when they see a flag that I've made. And if I see people wearing it, loving it, I'm going to probably break down and cry a little bit.
Oh my God. Absolutely. Yeah. For one thing. And two, it's just so like, I mean, this flag does so much more culturally and historically for the village than the current one does. And I don't even remember which one the current one is, which speaks to a couple things. But without even remembering, this does so much to like you said, so the crabs, the 7 rebels, the tower, God, I keep trying to find a better way to say this, but it really is just long story short. If there's 3 things you want represented, I don't know. I'm trying not to get crazy emotional about it, but I'm imagining growing up there as a child and seeing their current flag and being like, all right, whatever, sure. But seeing this one and asking an adult, hey, why is there a 7-pointed star? And getting that story, hey, we actually come from these people that did this thing. Our history is built on this, literally built. There's the tower. It does so much. It would be such a credit to the village.
There's one more thing. This came about when I was just messing around with the shapes. When I was messing around with the shapes, if you take the 2 crab claws and you put them together, kind of like this, I don't know if I'll do it justice, but you put it together, it makes an M for Malesso. And that was something. It makes it. It was one of those things I just had I'm moving the things around I don't know, and then whoa, wait a second. Okay.
Pause there.
Yeah.
Like an M.
And I was like, okay, how can anyone say no after this, right?
Dude, honestly, like if there was one to get the ball rolling, actually, I mean, oh shit, all 5 of your designs are really good. Your like redesigns here that you've sent me anyway. If there's one to get the ball rolling, might be that. Well, it might be the 2 stars one with the U.S. colors. I forget what town or village
it's like
that was.
Get one.
That might be the ball
right?
rolling one, but this one is like the ringer. Like, they're all good.
If I can convince the mayor, then if I can convince the mayor to help, let me help. And I think there was some feedback about it from some people where they said it looked too much like the Philippines, which it does. It has the same colors as the Philippines. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, then let's just change the colors. That's totally fine. But the one thing I wouldn't change is, like, we can't change the red. The red has to stay. That red has to stay.
Correct.
So let's change the other colors. That's totally fine.
Crabs are red. I mean, I don't know. It seems like a no-brainer that has to be red. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and again, I don't want to like die on the hill necessarily. If the people want a different colored flag, then they want a different colored flag.
Yeah.
Right. My job is to help them make the best choice for themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. And unfortunately, I think we do need to end on that uplifting note, though. I mean, I will say, and start to get to our plugs and outro. Seems like such a weird shift.
Yeah,
I'm so gung ho about like how like
it was fun
that I am for these flags. I'm like, all right, like, what do you got to plug? But no, for those who want to stick around, we will be on the Patreon talking a little bit more about these and about like personal flags, family flags, like a little bit of a mix on that. But so join us over there on the Patreon for more. For now, Kylon, where can people find you, follow you, all that good stuff?
They can follow me on Instagram as Guam Flag Guy. That's the main one. I haven't put too much content out, but I'm kind of establishing a schedule now on like informative videos and things like that. Hopefully person on the street interviews. So Guam Flag Guy. Awesome. That's the way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds fantastic. I'm going to be following that very closely, especially now. For those who want to follow the show, you probably already know how, but if you don't, we have a link tree. It's linktree.com/flaggedforcontent, all spelled out. All of our links are there. Do you want to be a guest on the show? Like Kylon here. Do you want to join the Discord where Kylon and I talk probably more often than anywhere else? Join the Discord. It's so much fun over there. It's so much fun. Anyway, I won't harp on the other stuff, but go to the link tree, check it out. And I think that's pretty much all I had planned and had time for. I do this every time. I did not plan a way to get out of the episode. So, gosh, Kylon, I'm so embarrassed by this. But if you have anything at all that could help us,
I got something. How about this? Long story short, this episode was a banger.
I got nothing else to say. Y'all, catch you on the fly side. Kylon, thanks so much. Woo!
Thank you.
Woo! That was a banger. I'll probably fade it out like around here.
Flag for Content is proud to be sponsored by Flags for Good. Go to flagsforgood.com for more information. Flag for Content is hosted, produced, edited, occasionally written, and always nitpicked over by me, Andy Richardson. Catch y'all on the fly side, VexHeads.